And I see a lot of things that are happening that feel very collectivist in the undertones that are there. And I don't want to get into a debate on whether climate change and your beliefs on that, but just
Sure.
in terms of the movement and the ideologies behind it. If you look at a lot of it, it's kind of this utopian future that we want to build where, the world's going to end. And it always seems like it leads back to the government kind of socializing our energy systems. A lot of the policies and things that are being pushed forward are causing a lot of, cost of energy to go up. I mean, look at what's happened in Europe last year with this
Oh,
energy
yeah.
crisis. You look at what's happening in the US in a lot of areas. Do you see that with that movement and just kind of this collectivist undertone?
Oh, of course. I mean, it's unequivocal that what really motivates the whole climate change debate and what really motivates the push from the intellectuals, at least. I'm not saying that the common person who's concerned about environment and concerned about climate change is motivated by this, because I think they've been duped primarily. But I think the intellectuals, their primary motivation is a hatred of progress, a hatred of industrialization, a wanting to see massive redistribution of wealth, and viewing hysteria and panic over climate change as a means by which to bring about this redistribution of wealth, or the stopping of progress. There's a lot of hatred of technology, of success, of growth, of prosperity, of wealth, of being rich and human flourishing, that these intellectuals have embraced. They believe in some sense that human beings are of original sin, that human beings are evil in some deep sense. And therefore, progress is inherently bad, and happiness is inherently bad, and human well-being is inherently bad. And they have figured out that a sophisticated way to stop this is, if all of our industrialization and our progress and our technology is fueled by energy, well, if we can just curtail energy, then we get to stop it. There's a big movement now in Europe called the degrowth movement. I give them credit for being at least honest about what their goal is. Their goal is to stop economic growth. They don't want economic growth. There's a big movement now around climate change, that in order to get to net zero, we need to stop flying airplanes. Just need to stop using an airplane. So what? So you can't live in your little village without traveling and seeing the world? What's the big deal? They really want to take us back to the Middle Ages. That's really, they believe that kind of primitive life in some deep sense was better, and was more meaningful. People that had more meaning. Yeah, they also suffered and they died short lives, and most babies died when they were kids. I mean, it's just horrific to live back then. But they'll never say it, because most people don't believe this. But that's what motivates them. What motivates them is a real hatred of success and progress and industry. And environmentalism, the whole climate change thing, to a large extent, is just the latest pseudo-scientific excuse for them to justify their horrific policies they'd advocate for anyway.